Ansel Adams is an American photographer who is the most important landscape photographer of the 20th century. He is well known for his significant contributions to the landscape photography in the history of the United States, and the popularity of his work has only increased since his death. His most important work was devoted to the country's remaining fragments of untouched wilderness, especially in national parks and other protected areas of the American West. The following are some of Ansel Adams' most famous works. Let's begin with the monolith, the face of Half Dome in Yosemite Valley in 1927. This is Adams' most famous work. It was also his first photography that gathered the attention of the public and the art world. Adams captured this iconic photo of the Half Dome in the Yosemite National Park after a difficult hike. Initially, he used a yellow filter, then he swapped it for a red filter to darken the sky. This helped brighten the snow and brought forth the monumental detail and enormity of the half dome that is seen to the right, making it glow under the black sky. We have to keep in mind this is a great accomplishment, especially for the time of 1927. Now, let's look at another famous work of Ansel Adams, The Moonrise, in Hernandez, New Mexico, taken in 1941. This famous photograph was captured a moment before the sunset. Through the use of backlight technique studied in class, Adam captured this twilight scene of Hernandez, a small town in New Mexico. He used an orange filter to help darken the sky and emphasize the adobe buildings and fall colored leaves. The contrast gives the gravestones of the small symmetry and eerie glow under the dark black sky. Thanks to his technical knowledge and quick thinking, Adams was able to capture this image just before the sun disappeared. Let's proceed to look at another work by Ansel Adams, The Sand Dune, taken in Death Valley National Monument, California, in 1948. After spending the night on the top of his car and trekking into the sand dunes before the sun rose, Adam found himself in the right place at the right time to capture this stunning image of the sun rising over the sand dunes of Death Valley National Monument. And so this brings out a true style of his photography. The use of light sets the image of the sand dunes apart from everything else. A striking line down the sand dunes separates light from shadow, and we got to remember this was taken at the brink of sunrise. So the use of light by Ansel Adams is quite amazing, especially as we have to recall this is 1948. A taller sand dune in complete shadow contrasts the lighter funeral mountains as seen in the picture. Lastly, let's look at an interesting photograph of the Eagle Peak and Middle Brother in Yosemite National Park, taken in 1968 during the late career of Ansel Adams. This unique photo shows the rocky peaks soaring out of the dark fog around their bases. Black trees in the foreground and the darkened sky contrast, the snow peaks reflecting the winter sunlight. The detail of the trees and the rocky surface of the mountains separates them from the hazy darkness of the fog. There's an interesting use and emphasis on contrast that makes this picture amazing. Bound by the technology during his time, Ansel Adams yet still manages to bring out the best side of nature, even in black and white, and that is something to remember him for.